Bam, my peoples, my peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Dinner, where you get a later in the evening dosage of sweet science. My peoples, we talking boxing. There's some things that we needed to address. Episode of Boxing for Dinner. You guys know that I don't go live at night every day, so nobody's really expecting me to be on here. But here we are. Here we are. Um, of course, I gotta give a shout out to the first people that was in the building. Side salute, my brother High Low and Louie in the building, fellas. We're gonna be talking boxing. We're gonna be talking about certain situations that's going down right now, and of course, I have a special guest that's gonna be joining me tonight, the Machine Angel Vargas. I actually spoke with you guys about him the other day. And I told you, man, he's fresh off of winning a national tournament, standout youth amateur, and he a special fighter. Like I told you guys before, he's gonna be accomplishing as an amateur, gonna move on to pros, and he's gonna accomplish as well. So let's get this thing on the road. Wait for some of my peoples to jump up in the building. Hold on, what do you got over here, man? What do we got over here? You might see Bill Haney right there in the background. Bill Haney. Bill Haney says, Shakur Stevenson. Bill Haney says Shakur Stevenson is an easy fight for Devin Haney. That's what he said. Shakur Stevenson, easy fight for Devin Haney. Devin Haney make him look easy. And somebody asked me, Yo, Jay, what do you think about that? And I had a one word response. Cat. No way Bill Haney actually believed that Shakur Stevenson is an easy win for Devin Haney. I know they feel confident, the way they put hands on Brian Norman Jr., but I'm going to say it the same way that I say it for Brian Norman Jr. People thought he was going to knock out Devin Haney. And I told people, listen, Brian Norman Jr. is no Jin Sasaki. You know, well, no, Devin Haney is no Jin Sasaki. He wasn't just going to get knocked out made to look easy. Now I'm gonna reverse that. Brian Norman Jr. is no Shakur Stevenson. So Devin did that to him. There's no way, my peoples. I'm telling you, I see no possible way that Bill Haney truly believes that Devin Haney will make Shakur Stevenson look easy. If that was the case, they would have already fought him. If that was the case, they would have fought him at 135. If that was the case, even right now, they wouldn't be putting Keyshawn Davis in front of him. They wouldn't be saying, well, I want to fight Shakur, but I want to fight Keyshawn first. No, no. If you think you make Shakur look easy, that will be your next fight. Because think about it. At this very moment, Shakur doesn't have an opponent lined up. Devin doesn't have an opponent lined up. So what are we talking about? Come on, Bill. Stop the madness, Bill. Stop it. Check this out, fellas. Bam. So Eddie Hearn signed a new deal with the zone. 5 more years, if I'm not mistaken. So look how this whole situation is playing out. Supposedly, Virgil Ortiz is trying to leave Golden Boy because their contract expired with the zone. And he's trying to bring Virgil over. Jerome, Devin won Zan. But they haven't officially announced that they're going to 150. Bill, you think about it, Bill has floated a lot of different names. He spoke about Shakur, he spoke about Keyshawn Davis, he spoke directly to Keyshawn Davis. So, I don't think that it's a lock because Xander Sayers is actually trying to get Josh Kelly. Because he got 2 titles. With Josh Kelly, he will make it 3. And I've seen that they both expressed interest in each other. So that could actually happen. Young Guns, Dana White trying to take over Eddie. Everybody's trying to take over everybody, bro. Cause look, Eddie Hearn trying to backdoor De La Hoya for Virgil Ortiz. Straight up backdoor move. So they all trying to do each other in, bro. That's the reality. But I gotta tell you, Dana White is gonna make a lot of noise in 2026. Zuffa Boxing is gonna make some noise. Why? Because they're signing more fighters. They're signing names that we're familiar with. Everybody knows they signed Opatayo, but they also got De Los Santos. They got Rayos, who won, Rayo Valenzuela, who won recently. And there's other young names that they signed and undefeated fighters. And the fights are real good. See, that's the thing. When you have fights where the names are not familiar, people don't tune in because they don't know them. But this weekend, I found out about a fighter that I never heard of. Gabriel Pebenito, my peoples, with a devastating knockout. And I never heard of him before, but I was watching and I was like, oh shit, this guy can fight. So look out for Gabriel Pebenito, my peoples. Matter of fact, look up his fight and you'll see the devastating knockout. Young Guns, you a big support of Super Boxing J. Smith. I think they just signed Andy Ruiz. Look, man, at first, just like a lot of people, I was like, Zuffa boxing, man, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work out. I thought it was probably gonna take a very long time before fighters we knew start signing with them. But they made a big splash right away with Jairo Pataya. And I've been impressed with the matchmaking, bro. To be honest, I've been impressed. So right now, I'm happy with what they've done so far. I've only got one complaint. I think towards the end of this year, man, they're already gonna be making some big fights. John Parham. Márcale de ahí, dile que yo no lo puedo coger porque estoy haciendo algo. We back in the building, my peoples. We back in the building. I know you can hear me. Stop playing. Um, so my people, Eddie Hearn, you know, I think that's a big move for him that he signed with the zone for 5 more years. Obviously, fighters like to be on that platform. They're happy with what's going on over there. And you see Virgil Ortiz, he's trying to get away from Golden Boy simply because their contract with the zone ended. Now, we have to wonder how is this going to play out because we all want to see Virgil Ortiz and Jerome Ennis mix it up. That Eddie Hearn's the one to make it happen. If he's gonna sidetrack De La Hoya, if he's gonna backdoor De La Hoya, I don't know. But either Oscar De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn combined are gonna give us this fight, or Eddie Hearn is going to do it by himself. Young Guns, do you think Eddie has done a good job with Shakur and Boots? I mean, I think so. I think he's done a great job. Look at Shakur. Finally got that big fight of his career. You know, it you know that with Shakur it's always been, oh, he ain't fight nobody, he ain't fight nobody. Now he fought Teofimo Lopez, one of the most accomplished young fighters of this generation. You know, think about the accomplishments. And Eddie got him that fight. Eddie got him a career payday. He's become a bigger star under Eddie Hearn than he was when he got signed. So yeah, he done a good job. The same thing with Boots. Boots is a bigger star right now than when Eddie Hearn brought him in. He's making more money. And think about it. Boots is already a a two division champion in the welterweight division, and right now 154, he's one of the biggest names there. Harold Lewis, Mario Barrios will definitely outclass Ryan Garcia. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I'm not ready. I haven't even been able to make a prediction on that fight. I really think it's gonna be competitive, and these are two fighters who don't like to rely on their footwork. They're gonna let the hands fly. So I believe whoever hurts somebody could get them out of there, and that shot can come from Ryan Garcia. It can come from Mario Barrios. Simple as that. My peoples, let me let you guys know in advance. I have a special guest joining me tonight. The machine, Angel Vargas. He won the whole shebang. National tournament, young fighter who, he's been winning tournament. I think this is the seven nationals that he wins, the seventh one. And I was telling you the other day, this young lion, my peoples, he, get to know him now because I believe he's gonna be a world champion. There you go, right there. Ooh, the machine, my peoples. He's gonna join me in a few minutes, and he's gonna talk to us about his journey. What it took to get to where he's at right now, to winning all these tournaments, and what's next. How far does he want to go? What does he believe he can accomplish? We're gonna talk about the preparation, the whole process. So stay with me, my people. It's gonna be real interesting with Angel Vargas. Now, having said all that, my people, having said all that, Bill Haney says that Shakur Stevenson is easy money for Devin Haney. Devin make him look easy, according to Bill. What do you guys think about that? Does is this the type of fight where we're gonna see Devin Haney dominating Shakur? Come on now. Is this the type of fight? High roller Louis. You keep changing the subject too much, family. You're gonna need a 24-hour break. You seem to want to talk about everything except what we got going on the screen, family. Come back tomorrow and let's talk about what we actually talking about. You kind of keep changing the subject too much over here. I don't know what kind of vegetable salad stuff you on. Unless the machine is gonna join us, gonna talk boxing with us. But before the machine get in the building, let me know what's your opinion about Bill Haney saying that Devin will make Shakur look easy. Is that cat? Or does Bill actually believe it? Does he believe that Devin make it look easy? Because I tell you what, and this is just my opinion, I don't know, but I feel like if they really felt like Devin could make Shakur look easy, that would be the next fight. They would already be like, yeah, Shakur, let's do it next. And you guys may recall, Devin himself was like, well, I want both of them, but I want Keyshawn first. If Shakur's easy money, why you want Keyshawn first? Go ahead, fight him next then. Or fight him, make him an offer he can't refuse and make that fight next. So I don't know. I think, Bill Haney, he does a great job promoting his son. He's a great father. And he's saying what he's supposed to be saying. That's what he's supposed to say. Yeah, my son make him look easy. Do he actually believe that? I don't buy it, bro. That's just me, fellas. I do not buy it one bit. My personal opinion. I just don't see it. Fellas, did you guys see your boy Dean the Great? What's going on with your boy Dean the Great, my people? Unless I agree with you. You know your stuff. My peoples, what y'all thought about your mans and them Dean the Great getting snuffed like that? Damn, my peoples. Dean the Great out there getting beat up. Beat up. First they slapped fire out of his face. And then I think it was yesterday they punched the shit out of him. Damn, my peoples. Dean the Great going down sad. So, my peoples, I'm about to have, without further ado, I'm about to have Machine Angel Vargas join me, and he's gonna let us know about his journey. Yes, sir. Damn,
Sir,
where you at? You in the dark, my brother? Young Linus in the dark?
sir. Bro, you can hit that light. All them time this light over here.
Alright, see if you can turn it on.
Uh,
Can you turn on your camera, Angel? I can't hear you at all in case you're talking.
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Sir,
Are you gonna turn on your camera?
hold on.
If you can.
Uh, I go back to the screen? No, you got to go right here. Put the camera. Hold on. Where's your camera on? What happened?
My- Let me know. Can you turn on your camera so we can see you?
Yeah, we're trying to turn it on right now.
Alright, alright.
It ain't coming on.
It's got to be on the right side. There's got to be something. Oh no! Let me show you. When you went in, I think it's when you went in that you had to select that
Oh,
you're going to be using the camera as well. So you could get out and go back into the link.
all right, sir.
All right, my peoples, y'all know what it is. This is live. We're coming at you live. The machine Angel Vargas is going to join me, and we're going to talk this talk. By the way, salute to everybody tuning in. Special episode of Boxing for Dinner, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science later in the evening. We usually give you this dosage in the morning, but this time around, giving you this evening boxing. It's like I told you, my people, we got this young lion, Angel Vargas, about to join me, and we're going to be talking that real boxing, doing what we do. Hold on one second. So, fellas, you know that when you really enjoy the sport of boxing, part of it is seeing young fighters developing and seeing how they go from being an amateur boxer to winning tournaments to then becoming professionals, then climbing up the rankings until they eventually get that title shot and become a world champion. Well, Angel Vargas is trying to take all of those steps, and he's in the right direction. He's already winning tournaments, already doing his thing as an amateur. So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Hold on, my peoples. MAW in the building. Salute family. Bam. Unless Dean is a tambourine. So Dean the tambourine, then Dean the great man, they slapped fire out of him, bro. What happened? What happened with Dean the Great, man? First he gets slapped up, then he get punched in the mouth. He out there acting like a goofball, man. out there acting like a goofball. Oh man, I think. Okay, hold on one second, people. I think at this point, Dean the Great is just gonna be known as the guy that got slapped up. That's how people gonna know Dean the Great. Oh yeah, that's the guy that got slapped up. And the funny thing is, if you think about it, Dean the Great is like an Adrian Broner without the accomplishments. Like, cause AB started wilding out after he won titles, made money, all of that. Then he went crazy. Dean the Great is out there wilding out, and you ain't nobody. You ain't never win nothing. Come on, my peoples. Damn, Ángel, pero qué pasa? What's going on with your camera, bro?
You hit
The
something
camera
again.
don't want to cooperate with us.
No, sir. No, he hit something. What you hit? Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Take it off. Yes, sir. Oh, it is.
There we go.
Sir,
Hello, family. Yes, sir. Yes,
can you hear us?
sir. So, first of all, to kick this thing off, my peoples, right in front of you, you have the machine, Angel Vargas. And who do you have with you, Angel?
My coach, Tony.
I'm sorry, if you can repeat that, who's with you?
My coach,
Check out your
my
microphone
coach,
because I'm not
Tony.
able to hear you. Maybe your microphone is off.
You hear me now?
No audio.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Maybe on the right side. Check on the right side where the little mic is at to see if you got to press that. But there's no audio right now.
Can you hear us now?
Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sir.
There we go. You can hear me, right?
Yes, sir. He can't hear you. He
Okay.
can't hear us.
So let me see if I can hear you because I can't hear you at all.
Hello?
Aroma sound. He just froze.
Can you hear?
I see you perfectly fine, but I can't hear you at all. Yes, sir.
It's all
Yes,
the way up.
sir. So, first of all, to kick this thing off, my peoples, right in front of you, we have
You
the
don't have a silent
machine,
button like
Angel
this
Vargas,
on the side?
and who? My check, my check. Oh, y'all can hear him?
Hello? Yeah, can y'all hear us?
Who do you have with you, Angel?
It's Tony Cabello, his coach.
I'm sorry, if you can repeat that, who's with you? My coach with you. Check out your mic. I can't able to hear you. Maybe your microphone is off. Yo, so check this out, Angel. They can actually hear you on the channel. So I couldn't hear you on my phone, but on my other phone, I can hear you. Maybe on the
Okay.
right side. Check on the right side where the little mic is at. So Angel, who's with you right now?
It's me, Tony Cabello, his trainer.
Can you hear me? So Angel, who I know I have you, and do you have? Is that your coach you have with you?
Yes, sir. You still can hear us.
You can hear me, right?
Sorry. You can't hear you. You can't hear us.
So let me see if I can hear you because I can't hear you at all.
Hello?
Hold on. Aroma sound. He just
There's a delay on his side. Can't hear us.
Okay, Angel, can you speak again to see if I can hear you now?
Hello?
Yeah, now I can hear you. If you could speak up a
Yes, sir.
little bit louder, but I can hear you now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Angel, who is with you right now?
My coach Tony.
Okay, excellent. Can I speak to Tony for a quick second?
Yes, sir.
Coach Tony, salute.
Yes, salute.
The first thing I want to say is congratulations to you guys. You know, it seems like every time I'm watching, you guys are winning. You win a whole lot. Um,
Mhm.
so if you could tell me, Coach, a little bit about the preparation for Angel Vargas for him to be able to win this last tournament. Tell us what tournament was it that I was just watching, and about the preparation to get him to that level.
I think the biggest preparation is making him adjust to what's in front of him. Sparring him with different guys, southpaw, traditional guys that walk him down, guys that pressure him, guys that run from him. A lot of guys run from him because of his power, and we have to cut them off and make them pay. And then sometimes he has to box a little bit. So it's basically just upgrading his IQ. He can throw good combinations, but if you can't land the combination, it's worthless. So we've been cleaning him up, his IQ, knowing when to fight, knowing disengage, when to re-engage, and to stay behind his jab and win the rounds. Because in amateurs, especially on his level, there's a lot of favoritism. And we want to make sure we win the rounds clearly and not close. So we got to start off strong and we got to finish strong. So it's teaching him all the good and bad habits of that, and when to fight. And he's adjusted well and throws good combinations, but when to fight, when not to fight.
Okay, but let me ask you, you know, he's having all these fights, obviously having to make weight, and I saw him, you know, he let the hands fly. How about the conditioning? How do you get him in that condition where, you know, all these fights and he looks the same like if it's the first one?
Well, it's his running. It's his running, and his dad got him his strength and conditioning. His running. He's running every morning at 5, 6 in the morning, getting his miles in, and he's doing 2 a days. He's hitting pads. He's doing all his bag work. He's sparring 6 to 8 rounds with professional athletes already, pro boxers, high level guys, and he's training like a pro already. You know, we know that's the future, and we're not going to sugarcoat where we're trying to go. So it's just he's training like a pro already. His training regiment's like a professional boxer, like he's in a pro camp. You know, he's surrounded by nothing but good guys.
So, you know, at his age, you know, he's obviously very talented, very young, and I can already see that he's someone that already has that style where he can, you know, turn professional and make a quick transition. You know, it'll be seamless for him. But how do you
Mhm.
keep Angel being so young? How do you keep him focused in boxing? Because you know he starts to become popular. The girls are checking him out and all of that stuff. How do you keep him focused so that he doesn't sidetrack, so that he stay focused and keep winning?
Well, you know, with that being said, I used to tell him all the time, you know, you're a good looking young man. You're gonna get a lot of women. They're gonna come your way. Um, but we know what the vision. You know, we know what the goal is. We're tied into the goal, and I think he understands it as well. I mean, you know, he's gonna draw the girls. He's gonna draw the distractions. But at the end of the day, the end all is to become a world champion, and we just stay tied into that vision. And we know there's gonna be distractions, and we know he's gonna have some days where he don't want to do this. But the difference between him and other kids is he does it all the time. He doesn't when we even when he don't want to do it, he's gonna do it. He can't sit still. You know, he's gonna stay busy. He's just built different. That's why his name's Machine. You know, he runs like a machine. You know, does he have some bad days? Of course, he have some bad days sparring. Yeah. Does he feel fatigued and tired? Yeah, but he's never missing a day in the gym, and that's the commitment from his dad and him. I can't take no credit for that. That was instilled in him when he was a kid. So that I can't take no credit for that. But his work ethic is that's you know, we can have work ethic, but with the talent, it don't work. You know what I'm saying? So his work ethic is through the roof.
Okay, man, and I gotta tell you, from what I've seen thus far, all these videos, it looks like he's very focused, laser sharp focus every time he step
Mhm.
in the ring. How hard is it to prepare a young man to perform at that level? Is there a certain level of, I want to say, pressure for him to perform?
Well, there's always going to be pressure. You know, pressure bust pipes or makes a diamond. There's always going to be pressure. It's how we handle pressure. We either applying pressure or we taking it off. So Yeah, there's always going to be pressure to perform at a high level. That's part of the game. It's we adapt and overcome, and we deal with it, and we push through it. I work with other high end athletes. I had a couple of world champs in the UFC. I got Eddie Vasquez fighting in the pro box card here in Arlington, Texas next week. Um, I've had a bunch of guys fight on world class levels and world title fights. Uh, Believe it or not, this kid's got what it takes and then some. He's better than those pros that I train. His discipline is there. His mindset is everything. It's there. But we just deal with the pressure. Now, is it going to get rough? I'm expecting it for it to get rough sometimes, but we try to build up for that. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not get ready for anything and everything that comes our way? So I guess we just take it day by day, and every day is a blessing from God. You know what I mean? To move forward.
You know, I gotta say, from watching some of the stoppages, some of the knockdowns that he has scored as an amateur, does he just have is he naturally heavy handed, or this is something that you guys just work on to get him there?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Um, he threw a lot of punches when I first got him, but we're sitting down on a lot of hard shots now. So we're mixing that speed into power and changing the punch count and sitting on shots. He is strong. Take nothing away from it. But it's a little bit of both. It's natural, and we built up to it. Honestly, we're not even peaking right now. He's still a young man. We're not even peaking right now, so he's just going to get stronger as time comes.
You know, something that I also notice about Angel is that he digs hard to the body, something that sometimes
Oh,
amateur boxers are lacking. Do you guys put emphasis on working those body shots?
oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I'm an old school Mexican coach. We're going to go to the body as much as possible. We're going to chop the tree down. We're going to take the legs out. We're going to try to break guys down so we can rip our uppercuts. We're going to dig to the body, bang the elbows, bang the arms, hit the hip line, hit the belt line. We're going to bang everything up on the body, take their legs away from them so we can walk them down and put them away.
I feel y'all. Well, coach, I really appreciate your time. If you can let me talk to Angel,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sir.
the machine in the building. First of all, man, I see you wearing your medal. Can we see it? Can we see the medal? Okay, okay. Now I gotta ask you, Angel, right away. Let me kick this off. It took a lot of hard work and dedication for you to actually be wearing that medal around your neck like that. Can you tell us a little bit about, the whole process, all these fights, the different type of opponents that you had to face to wear that medal?
That's what I prepare for in the gym every day to face these different opponents. But yes, when I first step in the ring, it's a bit scary because I don't know what's about to happen. But then I just calm down, level myself, and just realize that that's what I put the work in for.
So the opponents that you faced, were did you get to see similar styles, or did you get to see a lot of different styles?
There's always a different style. Every fighter's different. The way they get tired and how they handle that. There's different strength levels, but that's why I learned how to adjust.
Now, is there an opponent throughout this tournament, an opponent that stands out more than the others that you felt was more difficult to beat, or was it kind of all the same, more or less?
More or less, it's all the same. The only difference is the speed and power, but it doesn't really get to me.
When you let the hands fly, you seem to be looking not just to score points, but you're looking to hurt your opponents. Is that something you're looking to do, or it just comes out naturally?
I always look to sit down on my punches more, especially if I'm gonna go pro. I just want to try to implement that in my game as well.
Okay. And as I was mentioning to coach before, that you have a style, it seems like you'll be easily able to translate into the pros, but you're still young, you still have some more action to go in the amateurs. What is next for Angel Vargas?
Well, hopefully, I can go to the Olympics. But if not, then I will go pro.
So you plan on making a run at the Olympics?
Yes, sir.
Whoa, that's how you doing it? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Listen,
Hopefully.
listen, Angel. Every time I watch you, you winning. You don't lose very often. You win a lot. You're used to winning. You're a winner. So, what are your expectations when you step in the ring versus these opponents? Because you told me, oh, I could feel a little bit nervous, but when it's time to go, I go. Do you go in there expecting to win every time out? Because you win.
I don't really think about winning or losing. I think about it as a learning opportunity to get better. There's definitely times where I thought I'm not throwing enough punches or I'm not doing things a certain way, so I try to fix that up a bit. But yes, I do hope that I win, but I don't go in there thinking that that's the only end for me. There's always opportunity to grow and learn from these opponents.
Now, in these fights, before you got to put on that medal, were you ever in a fight where you had to make adjustments to be able to get that W?
Yes, sir. All the time. Some are taller, some are stronger, some are faster. So I see what they have and I take it and I adjust.
Okay, whoa. So you kind of like the Matrix, like Lomachenko. You study it, absorb it, and then go to work on them.
Yes, sir. That's what I try to do.
Now, if if I can ask you, what is your favorite combination? It's gotta be, listen, it's gotta be a three punch combination. If I could give you three punches, what would it be?
Well, I always enjoy slipping the jab, so I'll definitely slip the jab and then both sides on the body and finish up on stairs.
A left right to the body, left hook up top.
Yes, sir.
Why am I not surprised that you're going to the body? Angel Vargas, you know, most young fighters, especially now in this highlight era, this video era, most young fighters, I see them doing a lot of head hunting and they're focusing on headshots, headshots. And I see you working to the body. And look, I asked you for your favorite combination, and it involved two body shots. Is this something that you've been working for, that you've been working to do in the gym, and it just comes as second nature?
Well, it comes from the all the fights that I watched when I watch pro fighters. They usually work on the bottom and come upstairs. I don't usually headhunt because they're not. It's not always going to be there. Some people they know how to move their head really fast, and some can take punches to the head really well. So I try to hunt for the body, slow them down.
Okay. And look, that shows a lot of maturity in a young fighter to actually go to the body, invest to the body, and then get the results down the line. How about when you already know that they start trying to block those shots to the body? Do you try to go hard to the up top?
Yes, sir. I try. There's always a smile on my face when that happens because that's what I've been training to do, and that's what I've been always in the gym for, putting all those hours in, is to hurt them in the body. And when they get hurt, I am very excited and I jump on in the opportunity.
Now, for the people that don't know you yet, because they will know you eventually. I already know that you're gonna be famous. I predicted all of this. But before they get to know you, if someone doesn't know you and right now they're finding out about Angel Vargas, the machine, what type of fighter are you? I would say, if I could judge what I've seen you, well, I don't know if I want to say boxer puncher or puncher boxer, but I will put you right there. How would you categorize yourself?
I would say I'm a fighter that gets the job done, and I like to put on a show for the fighters for the people to watch, and that's pretty much it. If he wants to counter punch, if he wants to box, if he wants to trade, I can do whatever he wants. I just make sure that I come and do the job that I was supposed to do.
You out there to get the job done.
Yes, sir.
Where does that name come from? The machine.
When I was a little kid, I was very excited to go in the ring. I was trying to follow my brother's footsteps, and my first fight, I had the opportunity to show who I am, and I just couldn't stop punching. I was very excited, and someone said I was a machine because I couldn't stop throwing.
And that was it stuck.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the machine Angel Vargas, with this win, it's pretty big win. Can you tell the guys what tournament you won?
I want them all. I'm always looking for the next one. There isn't one that I don't want.
Okay, but was this a nationals? That medal that you're wearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in these nationals, you had to win the whole thing. You had to fight 3, 4 times.
Depends on how many people are in your bracket, but usually 4 to 5.
How many were in your bracket this year?
4.
You had to beat 4 opponents
Oh
to win.
no, I fought 4 times, but there was like 20 opponents in my bracket.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. But you had to win 4 fights.
Yes, sir.
The opponents that you had to face, because I saw you driving around. I saw you were mobile, right? Can you
Yes,
tell me
sir.
where's the 4 locations that you fought?
Of my opponents, Kansas, New Jersey, New York, California, and Hawaii.
So who's driving you to these places?
Oh no,
My,
it was all in Colorado. That's what he's saying.
Was that?
oh, it was all in Colorado, but those are my opponents are
Oh,
from.
you faced everybody in Colorado. You didn't have to drive anywhere.
No, no,
No.
sir. We all come. The whole United States comes to one place to fight and see who's the best.
Okay. Wow. So you walked out of there with the gold. What are the expectations though? What is the next tournament that you're trying to get another gold? Because that's all you're about these days.
The Junior Olympics, sir, in June.
So when do you have to go to qualifiers or is the team being
No,
decided?
after I turn 18, I become elite. But I'm still young. I'm still ready and thriving.
You're not 18 yet.
No, sir.
What are you doing winning all these tournaments, man?
That's what I do. That's what I do best. If they want to give me a challenge, they can try.
Okay, man, listen. I'm looking forward to seeing what are you gonna do next. You keep winning, and I know if you don't get that spot in the Olympics, you're gonna turn pro and make noise right away as well. Um, Now if you don't go to the Olympics, are you gonna stay in the amateurs for a bit longer, or are you guys considering turning pro afterwards?
I will be considering to turn pro afterwards. I've been putting in the work my whole life since I was 7 years old. There's no really any time to waste anymore. All these years count, and there will be a time when my time will be done, and I want to take every opportunity I have.
Okay, so when it's time to go to the next level, you'll be ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I have Vargas. I want to say thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. Coach, I appreciate you as well. And do you guys want to say anything to anybody? Any shout outs that you want to give out?
Mhm. Hey, buddy.
I want to shout out to my father. All my coaches that helped me prepare for the tournament. Tomorrow is another day to train, and sir,
And listen, I want to give a shout out. What's your father's name?
Martin Vargas.
I'm sorry?
Martin Vargas.
Martin Vargas. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
I want to give a shout out to Martin Vargas. Yo, Martin, you've done a great job with your son, man, and your son is gonna do big, big things. I want to give a shout out to Coach, obviously helping getting you ready to where you need to be at. You won this tournament. I want to give you your flowers. I have Vargas. Congratulations to you. Another medal added to your neck. And look, I want you to know that I know your whole team is proud of you, but I'm proud of you. The people tuning in proud to see you doing what you're doing at. And I can't wait to see what you're gonna do next, young lion.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Fellas, have a good night.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Bam. There you have it, my peoples. Angel Vargas, the machine. I got it backwards. It's the machine Angel Vargas. My peoples, trust me. Follow him on Instagram. I'm gonna show you his IG one more time. I showed it to you the other day, but I want to make sure you have the opportunity to see it because this young lion, he's not just gonna make noise in the amateur game. He's gonna make a lot of noise when he turns professional. So check him out right there once again. Let me show you the IG for the machine. I have Vargas. Look at it right there, my people. Show him some love. Follow him. Get to see a future champion. Y'all know I don't cap. You guys know that I do not cap. As you heard it from Coach, Angel is super focused. a young man who's gonna accomplish a lot. He already has that mindset as an amateur. And I told you guys, you don't get to see a lot of young men who who really spend their time working the body on their opponent. Bam, bam, who really dig hard, who really sit on those punches to the body. A lot of these young kids, they want to be head hunting. They want to just punch to the head. And they don't invest down low. They don't, for whatever reason. I've seen it a lot. I've seen amateur fights where neither one of the guys, you might have seen one or two to the body, and then it's all headshots. You get to see this young lion doing it the old school way. Bam, 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 digging hard to the body, wearing you down, making you pull your hands down, bam, going up top. Look, I asked him for his favorite combination, and what he say? A left to the body, a right to the body, and then a left hook to the dome piece. Old school, that old school mindset, my peoples, but follow that young man. There you have it, my peoples. This was a special episode of Boxing for Dinner. We was talking about these fights. We was talking about what Bill Haney says. Let's be real. Bill Haney says that Shakur Stevenson makes it look easy. I mean, that Devin Haney makes it look easy on Shakur Stevenson. Did he really believe that? I don't know. I don't know if he actually believes that. That's my personal opinion. By the way, I did mention it earlier. Junto Nakatani versus Naoya Inoue. My people, that's going down. That fight is going down. So get ready for the smoke because this is gonna be a good one. They gonna go to war. And then of course, y'all know we was talking about earlier. Y'all boy Dean the Great. How you get slapped by Larry Wheels and then you get punched in the mouth by bro right here who's the next UFC fighter weighing like 300 pounds. At this point, Dean the Great just going around getting punched in the mouth, getting slapped up. That's it. You're not Dean the Great no more, man. You Dean the punching bag at this point. You out there just getting beat up. Like that's embarrassing, bro. How you get slapped and then within 24 hours you getting punched in the face? You gotta relax with the goofballery. Relax with the goofballery. Okay? My people, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. Appreciate you guys. Boxing for dinner. And by the way, tomorrow, Boxing for breakfast is going down 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be talking boxing. We're going to be talking about everything that's going around. I don't know if Dean the Great is going to come up. Mr. Get slapped in the face. We got to change the nickname. I don't think it's going to be Dean the Great. I think it's going to be Dean Get Slapped in the Face. That's it. There ain't no the Great. It's Dean Get Slapped in the Face. My peoples, y'all already know what it is, man. This is another episode of Boxing for Dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. I'm Jay Smith. I'm out of here, y'all. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Bam.